my goodness. Yeah, oh, that's the wrong one. I just start with the wrong one. What's going on, everybody? My name is Blue Bones BLUB0NES, and I'm here with my boy Superman Jeff 12. What's going on, brother?
Hey man, what's going on, people?
How you feeling?
Hey man, I'm ready. I'm ready
You
for
ready?
this. Yeah.
Bro, these last two episodes. Now, as you guys see by the title, this is gonna be spoilers. Folks, you can say what you want, cause we there. This is for the people that are up to date. All right, not saying you're bad if you're not. That's not for you if you're not. You know what
Not for you.
I mean? So let's first talk about episode 7, right? Episode 7 or chapter 7, as they love to talk about, had a lot of really cool. First of all, let's talk about how they went to space Africa. Okay.
Right. Right.
Yo, I was dead when I saw Space Africa. I was like, okay, all right. I'm not opposed to this. It looked pretty good.
Mm-mm.
It looked pretty good.
It did.
Um, I thought it was really cool them breaking Bill Burr out of jail. Uh,
Right.
it was a really cool callback, to some of the earlier episodes. CJ said I'm wrong as heck for that. Nah, bro. Um, it's the truth.
Keeping it
I
real.
think it was Space Africa, but yeah, more importantly, Bill Burr, I think he did such an amazing performance. While
Yes.
this episode wasn't about Mando, um, obviously the whole show. Oops, I got notifications on. Well, obviously the whole show is about the Mandalorian, but while that episode was just about this character doing the right thing, having a redemption, and actually
Yes.
getting rewarded for it. He's normally a comedian, I'm trying to say comedian, but I said comedian before. He's normally a comedian, and he showed how passionate his acting can be, and how
Yes.
dramatic he can be. And I thought, while he still had his little tongue in cheek mentionings, I think it was super dope.
It was. I think he had like for that to be a one episode, for him to be in that one episode, he had so much character development. Like he
Hmm.
came full circle in that one episode,
Yeah.
and like the relationship between him and Mando, the way it started out in this episode, was a lot of friction. He was just poking jabs, poking jabs, poking jabs.
Yeah.
But you get to learn why he was the way he is, and
Hmm.
Mando's understood that.
Yeah.
When he shot her, like Mando had no qualms about it. He never, what the H are you doing or anything like that. He's like, yeah, I would have shot him too, pretty much, So,
Yeah.
that was just great to see.
Oh, I definitely agree. I thought it was, I thought it was funny that he called him Brown Eyes. That was great. How tense were you when Mando took off that helmet, Jeff?
I was
It,
tense from the moment he his armor and put on the other. I'm like, somebody's gonna steal that. Like, I feel like that's like
uh,
not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
like it made me feel weird.
I wasn't necessarily worried about his armor. I was worried about anybody shooting him because he's not used to shots
True,
penetrating.
true,
I was
true.
worried about if he gets in a shot in a fight, he's gonna be like, ha ha, oh no, you know what I mean? Yeah, like it's kind of like in Apex Legends when you only get the white armor. That's how I felt like he was running around in. He wasn't naked, but he was pretty much just wearing a diaper, compared to what he normally does. um, Yo, he was sweating at the terminal. They told him you
Right.
got to take off the helmet. Man, I was sweating. I was
Mm-hmm.
sweating, but at the same time, because this is a mental break for him. This is a
Mm-hmm.
forced mental break. This dude has no choice. Oh man.
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna do more of episode 7 a little bit later actually on Jeff's stream. We're gonna do a Star Wars recap.
Yes.
He's gonna let you know about that. If you haven't already, join the Discord.
Mm.
And that's when you'll get the information about when that's coming out. But we up to date, right? This is not a recap stream. This is an up to date stream. Episode 8, the grand
Mm.
finale. Now, there's a certain person, there's a certain Mui that I need to talk to because this boy spoiled something for me.
I saw it on Facebook. I saw
He
he posted
dropped a
spoilers.
picture on Facebook, and I was like, "What are
Mm-mm.
you doing?" He's like, "It's not spoiler." I was not about to argue with my boy,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Miss Padre. I'm not happy with you, bro.
Andre Louis.
Oh
You know, took
man,
the title from DJ. He took the title
he
of
did. Yeah, DJ, you
Spoiler
are no
King.
longer the spoiler king.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, don't spoilers are just evil, and that's a part of the reason why I hate trailers the way they do it nowadays. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Let's talk about episode 8. Episode 8, the finale. I think the
Ooh,
name of the it was called The Rescue, I believe.
movie 8, you mean?
Movie 8, son.
Movie 8.
Movie 8. You are absolutely correct. Let's go through this, okay?
Mm.
Um, from the opening bar fight, from the opening bar fight, I was like, this is gonna be a dope episode. When Boba Fett was fighting old girl and she's using the boots like
Right.
indoors, and I was like, what?
All that friction is like, don't
Son,
talk to me, clone. It's like, well, excuse me,
yo.
watch your mouth, girl.
and,
You don't know
and
what you're
when they
talking
heard his voice, and they just, you're not a Mandalorian. I
about.
know
Mm-hmm.
that voice. I
Right.
know that voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that was tense. That was tense. One of the things, so kind of moving forward, they ended up getting the doctor, right?
Yes.
The cloning doctor. I can't remember his name, but
Uh,
my first instinct, and I'm watching this with the fiance. My first instinct is, um, you know, why are y'all trusting him? He's an imperial doctor, you know?
I do feel like he had the best interests of Grogu in mind from the beginning.
That's exactly what my fiance told me. She's like, from episode 1, he was trying to help Grogu.
That's true.
From against imperial wishes. You know what I mean? So I get it. But initially, now I can see why Mando trusts him for that reason. But I
That's
didn't
true.
see Mando. I don't know if I needed to, but I didn't see Mando say, "Hey y'all, we can trust him. He did XYZ for the child." Cuz
That
they
makes
really just sat him down and say, and he piped up and started talking and offering information. I get nervous when someone from the enemy faction does that. You know what I mean? Especially when I
forthcoming.
didn't ask before I hit you. Before I hit you. Hold on now.
He's like,
But I
before
think,
we get to all the torturing, just so you know, I'm gonna tell you whatever you want to know.
yeah, yeah.
You ain't even gonna touch me. I'm gonna
We
tell you
don't
everything.
even. Mm-mm. Yeah. See, I think if I was gonna be a surviving bad guy, I'd have to get hit a couple times for them to believe
Mm-hmm.
me. I don't want to go
Exactly.
out begging necessarily, but
Mm-mm.
anyway, that's a whole as a whole something else. But all right, to um let's move on to the rescue itself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They had such a really cool plan. They had the Lambda ship,
Mm-hmm.
and they had Boba chasing them.
Yes.
Yo, that was super cool. They're like, "Don't land in the bay, don't land in the bay." They're like, "Nope, we going anyway.
Mm. We gotta get away.
We gotta get away. We don't have a choice."
Mm.
They played that so well. They
Very
played that
well.
so well.
And like for looking at Moff Gideon, it seemed like he was trying to recognize that voice. He kind of knew something was up to a certain extent.
He did. He
He's
did.
like, you know what? He's like, activate the Dark Troopers. We ain't playing. Get
Yeah,
us
yeah,
started.
yeah.
No games.
He did the same thing I would have done. Like, you hear that noise? I don't like it. Turn on the dark
Yep.
troopers. Turn on the dark
Turn,
troopers.
yep. Turn the war.
Mm-mm. Sir, he just flushed the toilet. I don't get no, no. Turn it on. Turn it on.
And I know the squad that they had is very formidable. Like I can't see anybody standing up to them aside from some Jedi, like a Jedi
Yeah.
or a couple Jedi. Like I don't think there's anybody that could have stood up to them coming after them. With you had an expert assassin, you had
So,
ex paratrooper
yep,
or jump
yep, yep.
whatever she was, and you had
Jump trooper.
pretty much a couple Mandalorians, and you might as well include Boba Fett into that with
Yeah, he
highly skilled.
highly trained. Yes.
Yeah,
But I think the dark troopers
yeah,
would have wiped that squad.
they would have wiped it. They would have wiped it. I'm sorry,
Boy,
they would have.
I was scared. Okay?
I
I
did
was
not
like,
expect it to be that powerful.
bro, when everything was coming off, like, yo, first of all, I need to tell Mando something. Mando, if you listening,
Listen,
stop calling him the child. This is your child. You're a father. You just need to get into your head. That is your son. Don't say I'm here for the child. Say I'm here for my child. You're doing the most dad things, and I love it because you can see him panicking now because he has fear for the child's life. It is such a cool development. He's
Yes,
throwing away all his old thoughts for this. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's talk about the initial assault with that dark trooper.
boy.
If he didn't have
So
that Beskar spear,
yes,
it was done.
he would have got worked.
100%. He did
He
get
was
worked.
he
He
was
did get
punching his
worked
head through the he was punching his head through the ship.
through the ship. If he didn't have that Beskar, and that's exactly why I was so scared in episode 7 when he didn't have the Beskar.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, if he didn't have that Beskar, man, and the gas came out and you heard gas leak and then he would fire, I was like, that's pretty dope. But he don't care about fire.
Mm-mm.
Ugh. He put out that fire so quick. He used all his rounds and stuff like that. Now, um, I thought it was cool. The Beskar spear came handy. That was the only thing that survived the explosion. It survived everything, and it goes
Yep.
right through this dude's neck. He was able to jettison them, and something told me, and obviously we doing spoilers territory. Something told me that wasn't gonna be the end of it, right?
It was easy. Like it wasn't easy, but it was easiest. Like
Yeah,
because and then automatically jump back to when they were flying when they picked up Grogu and they flew off the planet. I'm
yeah,
like, wait,
they can fly it.
they can fly. Like,
They don't need
yeah,
to
I
breathe
don't
either.
yeah, something don't seem right. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
Mm,
they should have took the cockpit and immediately went into jet to light speed, like just pew out of
son,
there.
son. And they're trying to figure out what's going on though, because and now this is where Moff Gideon just like I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in the whole operation. I'm
Yep.
not gonna be where you want me to be. I'm gonna get defeated by the wrong dude.
Yep.
Just despite like, yo, how petty can you be?
That was
That's
petty.
like that's like me in Super Smash. If I just killed myself instead of letting y'all kill me, like that's some BS. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
you
he
didn't
didn't.
win.
You
You
didn't
didn't
win.
win
I
out.
killed myself. I killed
So
myself. You didn't win. You didn't
you
get
know
no
you did.
perfect. I got a toe tap. That's pretty much. He lost, but he was not gonna have Bo-Katan win.
Mm-mm.
That was
Which
petty,
shows how much he despises her. Like he wanted to,
and how
like
much he knows about Mandalorian culture.
yes, he knew a lot. I feel like he even knew because if you remember, Sabine Wren gave her the lightsaber from Rebels,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he knew she wouldn't accept a gift of the saber again. And she made it a point to say Moff Gideon's mine. She didn't explain it. She didn't
Yep.
go. This is why he's mine. No, he's just mine.
And every fan. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. That was her fault to me.
Yeah, and I mean, but the thing is, every fan who knew about the dark saber and how it's handed down knew that. And what I thought was really cool, you had and I'm so sorry for keep forgetting the Republic trooper's name, but she said, I need this man alive. He's got plenty of information. She's like, that's cool. I just need to beat him. I
Yep.
just need to beat him in combat. I just got to do this ritual real quick, y'all, and then you can do whatever you want. I actually don't even care about Empire. I just want Mandalore. Let me just do this fight. Let me do this fight.
Mm-hmm.
And she went into the wrong spot. And Mando's like, "Oh, look, there's a boss. Ding, ding, ding. Hey guys, look, I won." And
Right.
she's like, "Son of a gun." Yo, Mando's the new Mandalore right now.
Right. And the thing is this, he he didn't want it. He went there for
He did not.
unselfish reasons. He went there out of selflessness to get his child to
His
save him.
child. That's right.
Yep. He was willing to let Moff go. He said, just give
Mm-hmm.
him to me and you can go. He said, okay, I don't care about that. You can do whatever you're gonna do. Just give me the
Yep.
child. He go to get him and what Moff do? Try to stab him in the back. He's like,
And you knew it was coming. You knew it was
yeah,
coming.
yeah. It was too easy. Like he's not gonna just let you get away
No.
because he just not. He wanted to keep the child because he knew he needed to finish. He even like this child has the ability to help bring order to this chaotic, universe now because
Yep.
of whatever happened. Now, the question is, for me,
What's the question, bro?
I don't think she can take Mando. That's just me being honest with you.
I think she can. especially the way that Mando handled himself when he got caught by them dudes on the boat. That
Mm-hmm.
dude he couldn't find the sea legs, no pun intended, but he was off balance 100% during what was going on. No situational awareness necessarily. Normally he's pretty good about that stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a lot more polished. One of the cool things I like about this series is that everything's futuristic, but Mando is stuck in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mando is stuck in the past ways, and while they are effective, he's learning. He's got to flex. That's why at the end of the episode, he's like, "I let me just take off my helmet, man, because this is stressful. Holding on to all this baggage is stressful. Let me take this off. Look my kid in the face before I give him to who? Let's talk about that. Who did he
Oh
give
my
his kid to?
god.
Boy,
Oh my
okay,
god.
before we say it, we all know it. Before we say it.
Who did you think it was before you knew who it
Okay,
was?
very
Did you
good
know from the
question.
beginning?
From the beginning, yes, that was my first guess. It was my
Mm-hmm.
first guess. I was like, first of all, it ain't gonna be no Tubby from the Republic troopers that found them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then two, I got a clue in the recap when I watched the recap in the beginning, because they played the specific line. They said
Mm-hmm.
when he's on Typhon, this is Ahsoka telling Mando about what to do with Grogu.
Oh.
When he's on Typhon, bring him to the highest point on the shrine, and he's gonna reach out with the Force. And there's not a lot of Jedi left, but someone's gonna feel it. You know what I mean? Send out the beacon, someone's gonna hit it. And I'm like, who's the only person that we know of that really got that antenna going with the
Mm-hmm.
Force?
That's a good. That's good. That's a good one. I thought it might have been either Kanan or Ezra.
That was Ezra was definitely a second choice because
Mm-hmm.
my fiance's like, it could be Ezra, and I was like, ooh, it could be, it definitely could be,
Until I
especially
saw how proficient he was, and then I was like, oh. And then the hand, and then
the
the lightsaber,
hand,
and then
the
they gave it
lightsaber,
away.
the belt, the belt too.
Oh.
He had that corny belt on. When Lucas came through, boy,
Oh man,
oh
yo,
my goodness.
and
Okay,
this is what gets me.
yeah,
We wanted to see Luke in his prime. We wanted to
yes,
see him using the Force like we hadn't seen anybody else use it since Vader, and we didn't get that in the movies, but
yep,
we got it here. And
yep.
how magnificent it looked.
Mm, just mwah.
Mm,
He definitely came through like a boss, like he should. Like the end of episode 6, or excuse me, the beginning of episode 6, we see Return of the Jedi. This is after he's taken some time on Dagobah. This is after he went back to Dagobah to finish off his training with Yoda. He comes in like a boss. He's like, look, Jabba, look, you got my droids. Um, just let me get my friends
okay.
back.
Mm.
Jabba's like, I don't think so. He's like, I think you should, because I'm gonna
Yeah.
kill you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He came in with such a confidence that you didn't see in Luke from episode 4 or 5. Luke in 4 and 5 was such a whiny punk. In 6, he was a boss, and this is more of the Luke that I've always wanted to see, and that's what you saw here, which was so cool. Man's lightsaber forms was precurious. What do you say?
I think
Precurious?
it meant precious.
Precious personified. Sorry. um yeah, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing. Luke, now let's talk about how he looked. Let's talk about that. How do you
I
feel about
didn't
that?
I didn't think it was horrible.
Mhm.
You could tell that it was CGI, but it wasn't horrible. And I think that is testament to the show, where
Yeah.
he was CGI, but he wasn't a horrible looking CGI. He wasn't. To me, he looked better than the Gemini Man when it was like two Will Smiths.
I need to watch that. Was that good?
Yeah, it was but it looked way
Oh.
better than that, and that was a big budget movie.
Yeah.
I'm
It
not
was
saying this
definitely.
isn't a big budget episode, but
Son, it
movie
might be a
episode.
bigger budget than the
Right. He
movie.
looked pretty good. And then
Yeah.
combat wise, he showed his mastery of the Force. He could
Oh,
grab a dark trooper and just squeeze him
oh, like my papa, like
just
my
like
papa.
mm, like my papa before me.
Exactly, man. Oh man, he was look. I don't know if you can see on the screen
Oh,
on the
I see.
shooter.
That's
You see,
exactly what he had. He had on one that had them gloves on too, and that robe.
yeah. This is this is where it was, man. So, I loved it. My fiance was freaked out by his face. I'm like, I get it, I
Yeah.
understand, but the fact is, they respected him enough to use his face and not try and replace him with somebody else. Because let me tell you, an uproar in the Star Wars
Oh,
community.
that would have been ridiculous.
Mark
They would have
Hamill
been
has a
better off not
specific
even
face.
not even showing his face. They if they were gonna do that, they would have been better off not even showing his face.
Yes, yes, 100%. Like with the cloak and everything like that.
Yeah.
And they should have just kept it on his face. And he's like, I'm not gonna lift my head up because y'all can't see me because blah blah blah. Whatever excuse they gotta make, that would be better than not using Mark Hamill's face. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So that reveal was amazing. I think DJ said Disney would have been burnt down.
They
It,
would have.
now, granted, this is the thing, right? We can't expect. We can expect anything, right? But I don't think that Disney has done a bad job with Star Wars outside of the movies. Outside of the movies. And Rogue One, we're not talking about you, Rogue One. We're never talking about you when we talk about bad movies, Rogue One. You're our precious child. Just sit over here while we talk bad about the other movies. um, but yeah, like they're kind of batting 1,000 when it comes to these series.
Yeah, and that's John Favre. Favre,
Farvo.
yeah. Favre. He does an
Yeah.
amazing job. Him and
Mhm.
his team. Like I
Mhm.
was watching, it's called the Holiday Movies That Made Us, and how he directed Elf.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
The thing is, like, a lot of people don't know he actually directs. Like seeing him is in like movies, seeing him in the
Yeah.
movie
That's the
acting, like
cameo.
Iron Man is him, the can like you said, the cameo, and then but the fact that he's the one directing these movies, it like he doesn't get enough credit for that to me, and like the job that they do with these episodes to the where their movie quality level, and they're giving the fans the things that the movies refuse to give. Directors get so caught up in their own thing and trying to make something that is unique to what they're making instead of utilizing the universe and the lore that
That's already
surrounds it.
there.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
want to make it so unique that this is my version of it. This is how I see it. This is how I think it should go. You need to use the clues in past stories, and then by using the lore and some of your own knowledge, then you come up with how things should roll. Not just like wing it, and then another movie spent the entire time rewinding what the last director did, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's frustrating. It's egos. It really is egos, and it feels like they're not really doing it for the fans. And I 100% agree with you. I also want to bring it back to Mando, because I that's what we love, and that's what Favreau, as DJ's trying to correct this with.
yeah.
That's that's what he's doing with this show.
Yes.
So let's talk about after the end credits. How bad? Okay, first of all, after the end credits. Wait, did you watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. You gave me a face like I don't know what you're talking about.
I was like, just making sure, like we're on the same page. Like,
After the end credits had a super cool scene. Um, from the establishing shot, which is like outside, did you recognize that building?
I did not.
Man, I lost my mind. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Unfortunately, due to a little bit of a spoiler, but as I put two and two together, I put the spoiler and that picture together. I'm like, I know exactly that this is Jabba the Hutt's palace.
Now I
And,
knew he was trying to take over the underworld. Like I knew they was going back to that part,
mhm.
but I didn't know the building that they were in.
Man, and they said Boba and Fennec went off. That's right, the Book of Boba. So Boba Fett walks into Jabba's palace and sees Jabba's old advisor just running stuff. and he's big and fat, and he's sitting on there, and it's so funny to me that I never thought about that's the guy that did survive after Jabba died. So he's running the place. He's got his 12 slaves and stuff like that. And Boba comes in is like, F that. F that. Y'all threw me in the pit.
Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna pay.
Y'all gonna pay. And he's like, oh, Boba, I didn't know you was live. What's good, man? How you been? Oh, I was just telling him, dead.
Yep, that's it. That's done.
Done.
And Finn, and they make such a good team. Him and
Oh,
Finn,
yeah.
like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
just like boom. And we see how Boba was so quick to help Mando. We forget where he came from or what he was
Yeah.
doing before all this happened. Like before he went into that pit, like he was running the underworld for the most part, as far as being a
Bounty
bounty
hunter.
hunter. He had
Hmm.
such a rep. You don't want to cross Boba. You know what I'm saying?
He was that dude.
Yeah. Now he's back with a lot more experience, and he got an assassin with him. Oh man.
I need to see their relationship. I see
Right.
how that's happening. Um, but yeah, the Book of Boba is gonna be amazing. I have full confidence in the vomit that Disney gave us of amazing stuff. All these
Right.
titles, like there's
Just spawned
way
so quickly. It wasn't even like, oh yeah, we got this year, and then next year they did a spinoff because this person showed up. No, all this people showed up in one season. You're getting the show. You're getting the show. You're getting the show. Everybody's
bruh,
getting the show,
they
and I'm not
just
mad at it.
I'm not mad because they're very good representations of the characters. And these characters did not steal the show.
Mm-mm.
They never
Mando was
stole the
still the man.
Mando was still the focus. The child was still the focus. And actually, no, I'm not even gonna say the child was still the focus because you see at the end of this, right? They're parting ways.
Mm-hmm.
Man is about Mando's development. His actual just lift off the
Yes.
helmet and let go and be like, okay, I need to be in the here, in the present. I need to wake up. And if I want to call myself a Mandalorian, I got to do stuff for Mandalorian people.
Yeah. And it was an internal struggle with him because he
Oh
was
yeah.
raised like that from a kid, and he is very, very, very much indebted to to the Mandalorians that saved him. That
Oh
was
yeah.
another reason why. If you see, whenever he talked about foundlings, he's like, "Yeah, I was a foundling," and he
Hmm.
remembers what he went through, and he's so dedicated to helping other foundlings and serving the cause of Mandalore. How you see how personal he took it when what are you doing with that armor? Like
Oh yeah.
he'd go to war over that. Like you're not supposed to have that.
Easily.
You took
Easily.
off your helmet. Oh, I ain't messing with you. You're not about what I'm
Bruh,
about.
he was
Mm-mm,
not about that life.
mm-mm,
Not even once.
mm-mm. And you'd see when he had to go and make and this was back in seven, where he had to go back and make get to the system.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll do it. Like he didn't hesitate to go and do that because he was doing it for
His son.
his child. Exactly.
His child. I think that's another thing he really needs to admit to himself. Bro, man, you just adopted a kid. It's all right. You can still give him to Luke. I mean, in hindsight, possibly not the best idea, but right now, you can still give him to Luke, and
Now
he'll be all right.
it automatically hit me when he was going with Luke. Like, well,
Yep.
where the hell is he when everything else is going on? Like, what's going on? Because Luke is old in the new movies, but this child, it can't. It's not Snoke. Obviously, that would just be ridiculous. Snoke is
Hmm.
looks super old. This child doesn't age the same way humans age, so he's gonna look a lot younger than what a human would later on. So, I mean, Yoda was alive for what 900 years.
900 years. So this is my thought. Um, I believe that Kylo Ren and Grogu at one point crossed paths. If Grogu was with Luke Skywalker when he started his Jedi Academy later on,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think that's pretty interesting. I feel like Grogu might have been hidden away again during that massacre.
It's like I'm leaving. I know when to leave. My spider sense goes off, and I know there's about to be some killing us, some younglings or something. I'm out.
But I feel like we're gonna see. Um, I think we're gonna see a lot. No, I'm not gonna say a lot. I think we're gonna find out where Grogu went. I have no doubt that they're gonna tell us where Grogu went and his development with Luke. If they split ways, how they split ways. Um, if Grogu survives.
Grogu ain't, he ain't
Exactly.
dead. He ain't. I don't think Ring could take him, even in his baby form. Like even in his,
Oh man, I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Maybe if he
Rogue,
starts training in the Force again, because
he just
he
slapping
has
folks
learned from a
around.
lot of different people. Yeah, he was definitely bang 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 bang
Yeah.
bang bang.
You know, I'm just saying, Kylo got beat by what's her name again?
Ray,
Ren got beat by Ray, and like she had no training at all.
we're not talking about those movies. That's not what
All right,
today is about.
you're right. You're right. You're right.
That's
You're
not what
right.
today's about. Cause
You're right.
you're
You're right.
right, and you're wrong, and you're right. You know what I mean? Like that's that's what's the problem with these movies.
So for me, I want to know where
Yeah,
does Mando go from here?
I hope that he um leads Mandalore, and it's heavy only because Bo-Katan wants it so bad, and I believe she deserves it. She's put in a lot of work, but I don't know how to give it to her. And what I was hoping they were gonna do is they were gonna say, okay, this is what I really thought was gonna happen, right? Before that X-wing started soaring in, I thought he was gonna say, okay, let's have a contest. Whoever kills the most dark troopers is the winner and gets the dark saber, and then he would like lose on purpose, right? I was like, okay, that's cool, and everything's solved. Da, da, da. And then I saw the X-wing, and I was like, okay, yeah, I have no idea what's going
Yeah, I don't know what's
on.
going on. And they
Yes,
can have a fight. They can duel over it. It doesn't have to be a duel to the death.
but she's not gonna feel like it's legit because he's gonna lose on purpose because he doesn't want it.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
And now this also leads me to believe that, and this is what I've said before, I thoroughly believe that Grand Moff Gideon got it legally. I think he got it legally.
I don't
And
know. He
I
was
think he got it legally.
he was adequate with the saber, but he was also using a lightsaber. I mean, I don't know if he would be that efficient with either hand to hand combat. I don't think he could take Bo Katan. And with weapons, I don't know if the only reason he was such the only reason he was able to keep up with Mando is because he had the dark saber. If he didn't have that dark saber, he would have
Yeah,
got his lights ripped out. Like he would have got worked over
you're
in
absolutely right.
my eyes. So unless he won by some underhanded tactics, I don't know. But then also that goes back to
But
me
that's
if he
legal though.
if he that's true. You know what I mean? We have seen
Look at Darth Maul.
Darth Maul had work though. He beat Pre Vessela like fair. He beat him 1-on-1 like
Yeah, I can't even. That's I'm
like
such
Pre
a
Vessela
jerk for
had
bringing
no
that up
hope.
because this boy, look, if you see this version of him too, when he's got the messed up legs, like he was beyond deserving of some kind of leadership role.
Right. Like he
This
wasn't
man
sacrificed.
survived on willpower alone. Oh my
And
gosh.
so I think that's just gonna be I don't know. That's gonna be definitely. I want to see where that goes. I
Yeah.
hope they season 3 of The Mandalorian and it doesn't just because it's like a book, so it has chapters. So I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't want the next chapter to be going to somebody else, and we don't. They could go back and cover what happened to him, but I don't want them to leave him just yet. I want to know his story a little bit further.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Especially now that, and I'm so so happy for the actor. And this is something I thought about in the last episode too. But initially, his fear was that he was going to be replaceable because that helmet was not coming off. Especially
Exactly.
most of season one, that helmet was not coming off, right?
None.
And then in the last episode in 7 and 8, obviously you saw him take it off a couple times and have those speaking lines and those dramatic like faces where he's got the helmet hair and the I haven't had this much light in my face in a long time. You know what I mean? So I was like, thank God he got some opportunity to show off his chops.
Right. Because
Yeah,
nobody knew who he was at first. We were just speculating who he was and this and that. And then
man.
finally in that episode when the IT unit had to take it off for him, he's like,
Mhm.
"Well, I'm not alive." He was like, "You know what? You're right.
You're right. Technically,
Technically."
actually, you're right.
So
You're inanimate.
so that's interesting. Also, and this just is another thing I'm thinking about for the next season is the armorer. Where is she? How is she? Is she gonna play another
Did
role in
she
this?
die?
I thought she just they never showed her die. It never gave any indication that she might have died. She did. She beat those troopers up, and then she said she was gonna stay behind to collect the rest of the armors.
I thought that place got bombed up.
No, it was still good. It was still
Oh,
good.
okay. I'm gonna
It
have to
was
go
still,
back and rewatch. But
yeah. If you
interesting.
find out, let me know.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. Um, okay. So everybody definitely stand by for a whole season recap, or I should say the second half of the season, right, Jeff? Second half of the season recap with Superman Jeff 12. Make sure you follow him, please. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot more fun. Or not a lot more fun. It's gonna be fun as well. Um,
Exactly.
most likely Sigma's gonna be joining us, and that's kind of when we like really break apart every episode and talk about how it made us feel. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Let me. Yeah.
Because feelings are important.
They are.
Real talk. Yeah, and the pacing of this season was really good. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yes. Very,
We love
very,
Star
very well.
Wars, as you can see. We have the Jeffalorian. I
The
think that's what we
Jeff
call that.
Lord.
The Jeffalorian right below me, and the blue Blugo. What did
The
I
blue go.
grow blue. That's what I
Go blue.
called it.
Grow blue. I like that.
And
Catchy.
then you have Grand Moff. I was gonna say Gigma or Sigian. One of the two.
Moff Sigian.
Moff Sigian, yeah. But I'm super looking forward to seeing Ahsoka on her path to chasing Thrawn. Super forward to looking forward to seeing Boba Fett, the Book of Boba, and seeing how he is going to run things or how he survived and then began to run things. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're gonna give us little backstory. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Um, Black Hippie said just watch the episode. Oh my gosh, right? Yes. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with Grogu moving forward, with the Mandalorian squad moving forward. There's so much that they've just really branched out.
Yeah.
You know, I thoroughly believe that it's a good possibility that the Mandalorian show will be like a collection of stories. So the next s- season of the Mandalorian is the Book of Boba. You know what I mean?
That very
Um,
possible. Yeah.
and they might have after that like the Book of Bo-Katan, you know, and then maybe go back with that. I don't know if they're all going to be separate. I really don't know. I don't work at Disney, but I think that would be cool. um, yeah, I was just see this is how much we love Star Wars because I was wrapping up and then we just jump right back into it. Yeah, let's wrap up, Jeff. What do you got to say to the people before we head out?
Definitely join the Discord if you haven't already. We got a lot of stuff going on, and that's the place to find it out. We also got a lot of different streamers to be playing a lot of different things. Tekken. We played some Destiny 2 for Free for All Friday.
Mhm.
We have the Super Smash Sunday tomorrow. So
Yeah,
we're
man.
gonna see a lot of Sephiroth there because he got released a little earlier.
Hmm.
So definitely join the Discord, join the community. We have a lot going on, and you're more than welcome to join
Oh man, that was so sweet. Y'all see, sweet man Jeff.
us.
But thank you guys for coming through. We definitely appreciate you. Make sure you follow the open party and hit us up in the Discord. Love y'all. Have a good day. Bye.